Wipe that smile off your face. Stephen A., which team has a better chance to make it and win the Super Bowl, Philly or Big D?
Well, first of all, neither's going to win the Super Bowl, but I will say this to you. It might shock you, Will. I'd say the Dallas Cowboys have a better chance than the Philadelphia Eagles at this particular moment in time. Listen, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, all right, you got Jordan Howard. People are going to sit up here and make a big deal about it. Had 778 carries over the last 3 years. His yards per carry have dipped. 5.2 3 years ago, 4.1 a couple of years ago, 3.7 last year. He's dipped. Had 24 touchdowns. I get all of that.
You don't say. You don't say.
So obviously, you got Jordan Howard. You'll see what happens. But I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys right now. Listen, even though he's slow as hell, he's just always open. I'm talking about Jason Witten. I'm looking at Randall Cobb. I think that's an upgrade from Cole Beasley. I don't think there's any question about that. Listen, you got guys like Tavon Austin, Randall Cobb, and those guys. They're not, they ain't going to knock your socks off, but you already got a number one in Amari Cooper. You already got a stud in Ezekiel Elliott. You already got a guy that's proven he can ball at the quarterback position in a Dak Prescott, who's only going to get better because of his experience. I think the combination of all of those things combined with how their defenses look. By the way, they restructured Sean Lee's deal, even though he ain't that guy. It's Smith and Van Der Esch that are going to be the guys. But Sean Lee, in terms of his experience and when he's healthy, what he's capable of doing, certainly doesn't take away anything from that defense. It buffers it. And I don't expect them to lose to Marcus Lawrence. I think that ultimately, if all else fails, he's going to take $20 million because you don't walk away from $20 million. Even though he doesn't want to be franchised, he wants a long-term deal. So all of those things taken into consideration, I think the defense is still going to be what it is. I think offensively led by Dak and Zeke and Amari, they're there. I think Randall Cobb is a key because I think he's an elevation from Cole Beasley. And because of that, I would give them the edge over Philadelphia. We'll see what transpires in the season because I damn sure ain't rooting for it. But just being fair and pragmatic for the moment, without being emotional, I look at the Dallas Cowboys and I feel more better about them than I do about the Eagles.
Don't panic. We gave up a 2020 pick. Y'all gave up a 6th rounder for Robert Quinn. I don't know what we gave up for Jordan Howard.
So you don't know what you got Howard for, huh? You want to know what you got Howard for? I'll tell you what you got Howard for.
Ooh, but it probably was a 3rd. But it probably was a 3rd.
Nope.
For a 6th round pick.
Yep.
I mean, they signed Quinn. Is that to buffer the defense? Sure, but isn't it also to give them some leverage over DeMarcus Lawrence in the contract negotiation?
Yep. Great reviews on my intro that I had that I set up. I finally got KidMaster. I finally am able to edit and do videos, and it's going to be awesome because now I can do like research and not remember shit off the top of my head. And for those who don't believe me, I can put it, screenshot what I need and put it right next to my face when I'm fucking talking about it. It is amazing. So expect a little bit more production from me, and I'm excited. As you can see, as you can tell, I'm excited about this. But anyway, let's talk more about this trade. And I'm not talking about the Robert Quinn trade. I'm talking about the Jordan Howard trade and how certain Eagle fans, because I follow the respectable ones. Lord Brunson, I follow Philly 500. I follow Adrian Fedque. I Nitro Freak, I follow him. And he's, he does a whole bunch of different types of sports. He just doesn't do football. There's a couple other guys that I follow. Desert Eagle. I haven't even looked at his shit on how he views his trade, but judging by the title, he was kind of excited. And I just kind of want to bring it down a little bit because I've already brought down the Cowboys fans about this Robert Quinn trade because a lot of these guys are very, 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 very excited and think that he's our answer when he's not. Robert Quinn is not our answer. Robert Quinn is a great piece, like I was talking about yesterday. He's a great piece to a well-oiled engine, if you will. So that's what I'm just saying. Let's bring it down a notch. Let's grade these for what they are. It was honestly for the type of player that Quinn is, or can be, or has been in the past, and for what we did, what we gave up, and how we restructured and took less money, or gave him less money, makes it an A for us. Not because solely on the production of what Robert Quinn has done, over his NFL career, because he has fallen off in the past 4 years. Like I said, 2014, there was 10.5 sacks, and it's just dropped off since. With the last 2 years, he had 8.5 and 6.5, and the 2 years in between that, he had 5 and 4. But those years, I'm assuming, those were injury-ridden seasons for him. But anyway, and what we were able to do was restructure his contract, give him a 1-year deal. So it's $8 million. It comes out $8 million. Okay. And let's look at the Jordan Howard trade. A 6th-round pick with a possible 5th-round compensatory pick. Excuse me. I'm guessing for the Bears. For the Eagles. For the Eagles, not the Bears. What I'm assuming that's going to be is, if he stays with the team an X amount of games, or doesn't perform, or whatever it is, they're going to get that compensatory pick. And depending on how long they're going to stay, it might be a 5th, it may stay a 6th. We don't know. Because it's based on performance and how long he stays with the team and whatnot. But let me tell you this, Eagle fans, and I know I got quite a bit of Eagle followers out here, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. Your man, Jordan Howard, that you were so excited for, the guys that don't do videos, the guys that just come on here and type, the typers, who, we can't do this without the typers and the views, but y'all are so, I want to say 98% of y'all are so in love with, the trade was great. Don't get me wrong, the trade was great. 6th-round draft pick, basically nothing, a bag of chips, and maybe a ham sandwich with some cheese on it. And that's basically what you gave up for a average running back. If you noticed in the video I posted yesterday, I had his yards per year and how he's dropped off each year a significant amount. And what the fuck? I just lost my train of thought. And like I said, the trade itself was great. But you're getting an average quarterback who averaged last year 3.7 yards per carry. You know how I said in my last video yesterday that Jordan Howard is going to be the premier back? Well, he's going to be the premier back, and he's a 2-down back. He's not a back that he's okay in the blocking, and he doesn't come out the backfield to catch the ball. That's not his forte. That's not him. That's not what he does. Okay? Why do you think that he was a backup to Cohen? Why? Why do you think that? Why do you think that you were able to give up a 6th-round pick for a backup, and essentially another backup? That's what you're getting. Yes, he's better than what y'all have, but at the same time, he's a backup that averaged 3.7 yards per carry. Now, with your offensive line, since it is a little bit of an upgrade per Jason Peters staying healthy, Kelsey being healthy, he may average out to 4 yards per carry, maybe a 4.2. Now, is he a guy that you can depend on in the sticks, or not in the sticks, it can depend on late in the game when it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and you need that rush, you need that to keep the clock moving, because if you pass the ball, the clock stops. You know what I'm saying? Is he that guy? And I don't think he is. He's not. He's a guy that when you hit him, he falls. He's not a guy that'll run over you like you had with LeGarrette Blount. That's not him. That's not him. The reason why he jumped off so much, I'm not jumped off, but dropped down so much is because of the scheme they went to. You run a scheme almost like the Bears, where it's a shotgun for Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz isn't under center a lot. A lot of the times he's in shotgun. And not Cohen, but Jordan Howard is a power back, a run down. He was you know how you signed DeMarco Murray, and you know how he didn't do shit for you because you didn't use him right? Because DeMarco Murray was a power back, a run down the hill, shove it down. That man went north and south, and when he went, oh shit, sorry. And when he went straight up the hole, there was hardly any time where he was coming back, where he was getting hit back and losing yards. Hardly. And I see the same situation right here. The same situation with Howard. It's going to be a misuse of him. He's not going to get the touches he needs. He's not going to get the carries he needs to get in that flow of things. And I seriously think you're going to be very disappointed in what you get. Ugh, excuse me. I really do. I really do. But those are just my thoughts. It's just what I think. But for what you gave up and what you did, it was another A trade. Grade A, because the shit you gave up, I seriously think y'all are overhyping this man, just like the Cowboys are overhyping Quinn and Lord Brunson, my boy. Like I said, we're going to link up at the Dallas Eagles game, and that should be fun. It's a bit of a homer, and I really think that he's overhyping this when there's no reason to. He's an average running back who averaged 3.7 yards per carry in his last year in Chicago. And with your offensive line, the Eagles' offensive line, if they stay healthy, will average a little bit about 4 to 4.2. So you're getting an average running back who is better. And for Eagle fans to be excited over an average running back shows the what's the word I'm looking for? The value they have at the running back position. Because you were excited for J.J., which was a great trade, by the way. I don't know how you keep getting these good players for 6th-round pick. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And that's what worked so well in your playoff run, in your Super Bowl run, because you had a guy in J.J. who was a blunt instrument, who could just run downfield and hardly lost yards going backwards. And then you had LeGarrette Blount to close out the fucking game. God damn it. To close out the fucking game. And I don't think you have that with Howard, because Howard is not that back. Y'all are expecting Howard to be a LeGarrette Blount replacement when he's not. So time will tell for the Eagles and what this trade does. I honestly think he's going to be misused. I honestly think he's not going to be productive, and he'll be gone by the end of the season. He will. That's all I got. I'm out. Peace.